All right, well, let's do that because you are Kentucky Blue through and through, and you've got one thing that you can change concerning Kentucky football. I'm thinking Kentucky basketball, not a whole lot. Kentucky football, maybe you've got a laundry list, but we're only going to take one, Kevin.
I'm going to go more a general. I think if you could change one thing over the years, just finding a way to be more consistent. If you look back the history of Kentucky football, in the 1950s, Bear Bryant was here. They won a national championship, and then he left, went to Texas A&M, and of course the rest is history with A&M and Alabama. And then if you look over the last, he left in like 1952, and that was 65 years ago, and he's still the all-time leading coach, in victories here. For every time Kentucky seems to get some momentum going, something happens, either a coaching change or it's probation, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Hopefully with under Mark Stoops, they seem to be heading in the right direction. But just a consistency, where they can get to that point, they can win 6 or 7 games every year and try to compete with the Tennessees, the Georgias, and the Floridas, every season. If they can just get that consistency, that would be my thing.
Kevin, I hate to rub this in, but you probably heard Stephen Smith talking a few minutes ago, Mr. Touchdown Alabama, and here's a guy who could change anything in college football history, and he's changing a game in which Alabama loses, but they still march on to win the national championship that year. So that's kind of
that sounds like something that a Kentucky basketball fan would do. Maybe the Final Four against Wisconsin a couple years ago, something like that.